Hey, this is me, Matt. This is the Wheels of Fury special. Killer Kyle and myself are slaughtering a pizza. We have, once again, Little Caesars.
Yep.
And we're going to talk more about a lot of stuff, obviously. So, stay tuned. Wheels of Fury coming at you. Hey, me and Matt here. This is Killer Kyle. And Happy New Year.
Indeed.
Not much will happen eventually. It is
8:45, so we got 3 hours left.
about. Oh, this is uploaded. It'll whatever. Yeah, so this has been a fucking year, man.
I tell you.
Good year. I mean, good times, bad times, great times, worst times in the WWE, Impact, fucking Ring of Honor,
New Japan,
Triple A, the Indies, of course. It all was pretty interesting, and I think what was cool was seeing a mashup. It was a mashup, basically. A lot of wrestlers you haven't seen in certain promotions went to that promotion.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that shortly. So let's start off with Raw. And this year was
NXT call-ups and some fairly big returns.
pretty much, like Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go before that though. I have, the biggest news of the wrestling world is breakups. And first breakup is Enzo and Cass, which I think we've talked about various times, and I've said, wonder how many more times they could stay together. They never went anywhere. They never won no titles.
No.
They just stood there and...
they were entertaining, they were funny, they're really good in the ring, but it just seemed like WWE just... As much as they had opportunities at tag team championships on Raw, at least, seemed like the WWE just didn't want to give them the titles and give them a push.
Yeah, and that's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. And we eventually saw, it was a rehash angle of 2002 when Triple H turned on HBK, but it was like a mysterious who attacked Shawn Michaels. And then, this actually, the second time around, was stupid.
Yeah.
Because it was Cass setting himself up. And then, of course, you get the reveal that Cass was the one that made Enzo...
You got Enzo getting beat up, laid out in the locker room for like a couple weeks, and then a week later you'd see Big Cass laid out, and it's like, okay, who the hell would take out Cass and Enzo? Would it be like Gallows and Anderson, or would it be, I don't think they were tag team at the time, but like Sheamus and Cesaro or whatever. But it turned out Big Cass fooled everyone by, like, checking one of those travel cases and laying down and trying to take the trail, like, make sure no one was on his trail, that he was the one that was actually, jumping Enzo from behind in the backstage area, but
pretty lame. But and it just really irritates me how they let that happen. I mean, we'll get to other dumb shit, but it's like that was actually a lot of truth. I mean, just because he is out, and who knows how long he'll be out for. With that injury, but
well, he's already been out for like 5 months already, I think.
Wow. So
well, it happened in friggin' July or August, or maybe August or September.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, another thing too that really interested me about this year was really it started off, I think, really strong.
Yeah.
The Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. Holy shit. Like, you can't, this is what a pay-per-view should be. A big for a pay-per-view.
Yes.
Order it online.
Order it online, order
it
on
on the TV, or get the WWE Network.
Yeah.
But, when you pay that much money, you gotta get your money's worth. And I think that because Royal Rumble was in Texas, and everything's always bigger in Texas, that made a lot of fucking sense to change it up a little bit. So,
well, yeah, Royal Rumble being in Texas, WrestleMania being in Orlando.
Yeah, in Florida.
Yes.
But, and people were not complaining, but they're like, the aisle was too long, and wrestlers would be tired by the time they ran down it, and I thought it was cool though. It reminded me of old school, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, where it was different. That's all I can say. It was different, and different is always the best.
Well, I said this, I think it was probably the week after, maybe 2 weeks after the Royal Rumble event itself actually happened. For the Royal Rumble match itself, each time they had somebody come out, they'd show them come out on the stage and kind of start walking down the long ramp, but then they'd cut to the ring and they'd be on the ring for a little bit, and why they did that was because they had like a card or whatever, go over to whoever it was, Bray Wyatt for example.
Mm-hmm.
Bray would get on the back, he'd hold on, they'd drive him the rest of the way down the long ramp to near the end. He'd jet off, continue walking, and then turn off the lantern and get in the ring. So they essentially made it look like, oh, we're not gonna show them doing this whole long walk to the ring down this long entranceway from the stage, and they were just going to show the action in the ring. But what it really was is they didn't want to show, wrestlers getting driven to the ring on a cart or whatever.
No. But that was fun. And, I'm a person that believes that the atmosphere, if the matches are going to be dog shit, the atmosphere at least should be exciting,
Yeah.
And the fact is, and that's kind of how WrestleMania went. And it wasn't the fact that it was a lot of matches, it was the fact that you had the opportunity to have John Cena versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania, because Randy Orton won the Rumble for some dumb fuck reason. John Cena became 16-time WWE champion. And Bray Wyatt wins at
Elimination Chamber.
It's like, why? Because you have Randy Orton be a part of the Wyatt family. And now you're fucking going, hey man, let's have him fucking go at it, right? Why? You had John Cena and Randy Orton. They could have been the main event at WrestleMania for the WWE title. Now, that wasn't true because the main event went to Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. And,
no, the main event
went to The Undertaker versus
Yeah.
Roman Reigns. We'll
Right.
get to that, but...
Little late.
That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
Anyways.
You know, I thought we beat this horse to death enough, but apparently the horse wasn't quite dead.
No, it dies tonight.
Yeah.
And that was a complaint that I had.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have the fucking Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania for no fucking reason. And I'm sorry, but I thought the screen in the bottom of the ring was actually kind of creative.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone else says. But John Cena proposing. See, I understand the romantic shit for the ladies.
Yeah.
That was a little lame because it's like, it's WrestleMania. I could see that for SummerSlam, but it's like, that one didn't make any fucking sense. And I bet you any money that's why they had the mixed tag match at WrestleMania. Like, fucking, it was just, those two things were not what really, I don't know. And don't get me started about having Intercontinental Championship at the pre-show.
You know, the whole thing with John Cena proposing to Nikki in the ring after the match, I look at it as another WrestleMania moment.
No,
as cheesy as some people is, you know, it's something people are going to remember. Oh man, I remember being at WrestleMania the year John Cena proposed to Nikki Bella. And, you know, you can say what you want about, that's why they had the match with Miz and Maurice against John and Nikki, whatever. The thing I think about it is they had the rivalry, they built up the rivalry really, really well. The match itself was decent, but having Cena propose to Nikki was just one of those things to kind of come full circle, so to speak. In the essence of like, okay, when she was out with that neck injury and, you know, Nikki wanting Cena to propose to her, and he thought about it, he wasn't sure about it, and he wasn't ready for it, and da-da-da-da-da, whatever, however you want to look at that. And then for him to finally do it is like, okay, he's finally done it, they're gonna get married, so be it. And I think having Nikki TV shortly after WrestleMania and then not having seen John for a little bit after that would have been, you know, them getting ready for the wedding, planning out the wedding, although I'm sure they probably would have had it planned out for a while, and then, you know, whenever they did get married, have the wedding, and then, you know, have Nikki do her thing, have John do his thing, and, you know, come back and wrestle whenever he decides he wants to wrestle again, and whenever they want him to wrestle again, and who they're going to put him in the ring against, and whatever. Now, as far as Royal Rumble goes, the event itself was great. One thing I found, not that I didn't like about it, just one thing I wish was different about it, was it seemed like every year, come Royal Rumble time, you would have, okay, we're gonna have this wrestler at number 1. We're gonna have this wrestler at number 30. And then maybe have certain wrestlers say who's, you know, vie to be in the Royal Rumble match, and then, you know, have your surprise entrances, and, you know, when it came time for Royal Rumble, have it be, okay, we know who's going to be number 1, we know who's going to be number 30, we don't know who's going to be a surprise entrant, and then you go from 1 to 29, it's like, oh, okay, cool, that person's this number, this person's this number, oh, cool, this person came back to be in the Royal Rumble, and all this, but for this year, it just seemed like that was gone. Like, the expectation of who's going to be what number in the Royal Rumble was essentially gone because it seemed like for the weeks leading up to Royal Rumble, you pretty much knew everyone that was going to be in the Royal Rumble match. When it came time for it, the match itself, you're like, okay, I was expecting, like, you were expecting the person to be in the match, you just weren't sure what number they were going to be.
Oh, that's true, and I think the other thing, it's so fucking predictable now, and you get the internet, you get rumors, you get these rumors that go, next year, you're apparently going to have Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. So, I don't know where the rumor came from. I don't know what the hell's going on. It just kind of makes me wonder because, okay, Brock Lesnar won the World Universal title at WrestleMania, and he's kept it all this time. He's been on and off television, which people also fucking hate. You know, whatever. He's pretty much, you know, and this, when I say they're protecting him, like, he had a match at SummerSlam, and it was, like, monster guys, and for some reason, like, he got beat up, he got sent to the back, and he comes back, and he just goes through everybody.
Yeah.
Like, seriously? You got a guy like Braun Strowman, who everybody loves, I guess, and he's the new guy, and you're not gonna push him. In fact, Braun Strowman should be Wrestler of the Year, Superstar of the Year, whatever. The guy...
I honestly don't think they're going to be doing the Slammers anymore.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
No, I know.
Yeah, it's like... Okay, SummerSlam, the guy fucking threw a computer chair.
Roman.
At Roman. The guy...
Here, have a chair.
Yeah. And then the guy at TLC, he, like, fucking, like, gets the shit kicked out of him. And he goes strong, and he fucking fights back. You know? But yet, he doesn't get his due. You had someone like Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Two big guys, well...
Big guy and big-ish guy.
Yeah. And you could have ran a feud with that, but it was over before you fucking knew it.
Yeah. Well, it was fucking the same with Brock and Braun.
I know, and that's what really pisses me off. Like, as if this fucking shit is true, we're gonna see Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Why bother watching the pay-per-view?
And the thing about Braun and Brock was, the way they built it up was it looked like it was just going to be a one-sided ass kicking.
Yeah.
Braun was going to beat Brock, if I can get the words right, and we would have a new champion. And then the match happened. I think it was like Fastlane or Norway, whatever the fuck it was. And Brock dispatches of Braun in 2 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, I thought John Cena was protected. You know, it's like, half the fucking guy put Braun Strowman fucking over. You know.
But talk about having Brock against Roman at Rumble. Well, obviously it's not going to happen because you got to have Brock against Braun and Kane.
That is true.
So that rumor basically got dispatched up.
Oh no, they're talking about WrestleMania though.
Oh, WrestleMania.
Yeah, so there's
oh, maybe
there's that chance. So like, you know, I don't fucking know, to be honest with you.
Well, one thing that I've seen over the last little while, I don't know if you've noticed it or not, talk about having Brock and Roman at Mania again. Fuck, I've seen there's a potential to have Cena and Taker for Mania next year. Well, the year coming up at WrestleMania.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. So, WrestleMania this year also marked the retirement of The Undertaker.
Yeah.
So, and it was pretty well symbolic. Because, first of all, and it's, I don't know if it was Mark Calloway's health. I don't know if he was, being The Undertaker. But he got his ass handed to him by Roman Reigns. So he loses, and then, he takes his uniform, he puts everything down, and then he bows out. And then, there was the whole backstage thing where he goes and he's kissing Michelle McCool, his wife, and whatever. So you have the end of The Undertaker. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. When you look at The Undertaker and he's not in his element, he looks pretty damn old. And I know that you're only as old as you feel, but how long do you think he should be wrestling for? Like the guy.
Well, let's see. Taker is now 51.
That's 53.
You got, let's see. Goldberg coming back. He was 50.
Yeah.
You got Shane McMahon, who wrestles frequently. He's 46, 47.
Yeah.
You've got, okay, if you want to throw Cena in there, he's 40.
Yeah.
Who else can you? Okay, you've got Kane. He's
50.
Okay, yeah, he's 50. Mark Henry, when he was still wrestling, before they kind of retired him, so to speak, he was like 46, 47, I think. So, where's the argument?
I know, and I'm not trying to make an argument, I'm just saying.
It's like, okay, how much longer should The Undertaker go?
If you're gonna...
The Undertaker is gonna go as long as he wants to.
Okay, and that's great, but if he's gonna tease the fact that he's hanging it up for good, then fucking stay there. Like, I don't want this Ric Flair bullshit where Ric Flair leaves WWE just to go over to Impact. It's fucking bullshit. Undertaker needs to just stay retired. I would love to see John Cena versus Undertaker, but after this year's WrestleMania, no, I'm done. That's it. So, who knows what's going to happen down the line? I don't know. But,
well, I'm sure a lot of people are going to have various different opinions on that.
I know. No, that's just mine. And
oh, I know.
It's, that's how I feel. But regardless, a lot of returns to the WWE. The Hardy Boys this year.
Yep.
Hardy Boys coming back. Now, we're going to talk about Impact in a minute, but the fact of the matter is, it was awesome. Now, when I first saw them come back at WrestleMania, I thought, why the hell does Matt Hardy still look like Sweeney Todd? But they weren't going with the broken gimmick. They were just going with themselves. But obviously the audience knew, because they're obviously fans of TNA. So they all started doing this.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful so I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
And so they obviously knew that. But I was glad that the Hardy Boys came back. I was glad that they won the tag team championships at the WrestleMania ladder match. That was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Another return to the ring was Goldberg.
Yeah.
Now I was watching, and you probably watched the
24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of respect I will have for Bill Goldberg. And the reasons why I can never be a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
That man went through fucking, you go through, nobody knows what a wrestler goes through.
Yeah.
They just see the finished product. But when you go and you work out like he did, and he must have had a strict diet, but no sleep. Can you imagine that? No sleep for how many days?
And I mean, he only had like a certain amount of days to be ready for wrestling Brock.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things about Goldberg is it's a mental thing with him.
Oh yeah.
He gets so into his own head that he kind of becomes his own worst enemy, but yet at the same time, him putting so much pressure on himself makes him that much better of a performer.
But their match was actually pretty good. See,
Yeah.
when Goldberg came back last year for the Survivor Series in Toronto, and they had a quick match,
Right.
which was what it was. It was in the main event. Which I think they wanted to make up, obviously, for WrestleMania 20.
Yeah.
And Goldberg left with bad blood. So he came back and everything was great. He was a new guy. He wanted to make peace.
Yeah.
So in this match, he worked his ass off. And so he beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Now, that was supposed to be a one-time thing, and then...
Yeah, it was supposed to be have Brock beat Lesnar at Survivor Series, and that was it. Have Goldberg win, and ride off into the sunset, and, do whatever. But then afterwards, they're like, hey Goldberg, let's run with this a little longer. So that led into Royal Rumble, and then Royal Rumble happened, and then go
actually,
through the weeks, through the days, and then bam, it was WrestleMania.
Owens
there's that one
Bell
too.
Goldberg. Goldberg became the Universal Champion. So you obviously had to see Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg once again for the third time. Which, you know what? Well, for what it was alright. I mean, it was a good match. Then, to be quite honest with you, it was more for the fucking audience at WrestleMania 20. And once again, I'm going to point out the fact that that's why the fucking, you don't put shit out on the internet, because people are going to fucking eat the wrestlers or athletes alive like they did at WrestleMania 20. And that's why their match was bullshit. So, I don't know. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible.
Right.
So you go to WrestleMania this year, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar won, but according to Bill Goldberg, he had a lot of fun. And
Yeah, I think that was the biggest thing. Goldberg, when he was in WWE 2002, 2003, 2004, it was kind of like they had him in his own dressing room, and he probably didn't associate with anyone, and it was kind of just a hard-nosed, stuck-up guy.
yeah,
When he came back, 7-8 years later, he was more of a relaxed guy and kind of just went with the flow of things, and having backstage conversations with like Undertaker, and show him interacting with one of the security guys, and friggin' Randy Orton and various other people, and just taking in WrestleMania, enjoying it. Even though he had a fairly big match against Lesnar, it wasn't, okay, I'm going to do this match, I'm going to get it over with, and I'm going to look forward to the week after, or whatever. He was there in the moment, and he enjoyed the moment.
right.
And that was probably the coolest thing about it. To see Goldberg kind of let his guard down and not be so... still be Goldberg, but be human, so to speak.
Pretty much, yeah. And it was especially cool because I know Goldberg. I've seen Goldberg, interact with the children.
Yeah.
He's just one of those guys, kind of like John Cena, who really loves kids and really wants to be the superhero, I guess he put it. So it's really cool, just to see him come back and, I guess, wrestle for his son who hasn't seen him wrestle.
Yeah.
And his wife. And
yeah.
So, yeah, it was pretty cool in that regards.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kevin Owens, you had one of the weirdest factions in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And it's like,
you're my best friend. No, you're my best friend. I love you. Like, okay.
Yeah, they gave Kevin Owens. So Kevin Owens is the Universal Champion, and they give him the weirdest gimmick, And I can kind of understand where they were coming from, but you don't want your Universal Champion or even WWE Champion to be weak. So it was kind of fucking weird.
You're the goat. Oh yeah, well you're the donkey.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, couldn't think of something else. It's like, you're a goat. Well, oh yeah, well you're an ass. Wait, that doesn't go together. That doesn't make sense.
It was quite interesting, the Las Vegas Friendship of Jericho, or whatever they called it.
Festival of Friendship, I think it was.
Festival of Friendship. Yeah.
And all these gifts, like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. But this is, also a good heel turn, because this is kind of, Kevin Owens saying enough is enough.
Yeah.
I want the fucking
spotlight to myself.
Yeah, so this, eventually led to Goldberg beating Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens eventually going against Jericho at WrestleMania for the United States Championship. So that was pretty cool as well. Pretty interesting to jump from Universal Championship to United States Championship, but SmackDown, it was good. SmackDown this year, it felt like, last year felt like it was the best roster. I really enjoyed SmackDown. I felt like it was the A show. I think a lot of people did.
Yeah.
And then this year, the Raw shakeup, a lot of them went to Raw. Alexa Bliss, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins was already there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another mess. A lot of them went there to Raw, so that was pretty cool just to see how that worked out. Alexa Bliss eventually became, the first woman to become WWE
SmackDown
and Raw brand. And so that was pretty cool. You have Baron Corbin becoming the U.S. champion, and that was really fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Just to see him actually get a belt.
Yeah.
And then,
have Charlotte go from Raw to SmackDown and have her win the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yeah. And, just pretty cool. You have another match with Shane McMahon and AJ Styles for WrestleMania. That was good. I mean, like I said before, I just don't agree with that whole thing with Commissioner doing wrestling matches all the time, but it is what it is, so.
And now it seems like they've got the Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan at odds with each other.
Which is like,
the fuck?
I don't understand. Yeah, like, okay, Shane McMahon hates Kevin Owens, or doesn't like Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens headbutt his old man. And by the way, match or show, if you watch the 365 show, you saw Kevin Owens say that it was Vince who wanted him to do the headbutt.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very big of Vince, because, I mean, makes wrestlers.
Yeah.
Well, sort of, I guess, It's his company, but...
He'll go out to bat and
yeah.
put himself out there to essentially put a wrestler over.
But...
Either...
You took the words out of my mouth.
Either have them be more liked, or, in that case, with Owens, be more hated.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, he beat up Vince, what the hell? Boo!
Now, you can obviously see the blade job that Vince did, because there was like a little faint red spot right there, so when Kevin Owens headbutted him, it just cracked open. But what it eventually led to was Shane McMahon wanting a piece of Kevin Owens at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Which was a good match, and it led to the new team of Sami Zayn, who turned heel, and of course Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. You also saw a lot of, new teams. Like American Alpha broke up. Well, actually, that's not true. Jason Jordan went to Raw. That was a mess.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a good thing that Kurt Angle made his triumphant return back to WWE, but Kurt Angle being the father of Jason Jordan, come on.
Yeah.
That's just messed up. And, Jordan's being the one who is now, I don't know if he's heel or face, or I don't know what's going on, because now he's tag team champions with Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
So, but SmackDown's always been a good program. I don't really... Raw's pretty good. I mean, this year, and Bailey go at it for many fucking matches. Kendo stick on a match, bro. That was really bad. The This Is Your Life
segment was a joke.
And Alexa, tried her damnedest to make that gold. It was just dog shit.
Yeah.
He had some other good feuds as well.
I mean, let's be honest. Bailey getting beat up by Alexa with a candlestick would be like getting beat up by your 10-year-old sister with a fucking broomstick.
Well, I think one thing you have to learn is don't fucking look at the audience and go, should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? Because then that's when you get your ass kicked. So anyways, I'm glad that's over.
Yeah.
The women actually this year got really, I felt like more important. Like last year it was, you had Falls Count Anywhere with Charlotte and Sasha Banks, and you had
the Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell. And this year you had the Women Mae Young Classic.
Yes.
And that was very cool. And Kairi Sane is your new wrestler there. Just got a debut from Shayna Baszler, finally.
That was interesting.
That was cool. So we'll see what happens from there. You have new actions now. Like Paige just came back, and she brought with her
Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose,
yeah,
and then you got Ruby Riott with
Liv Morgan.
We kind of hurt not to get those two names because she's Morgan and Logan.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that's cool in itself. We'll see how that goes. I mean, they're very good competitors. And I know Paige can be a really good competitor, but the faction's a little lame. But I like to see it get better. And sometimes, it's like a juggling act, like anything else. One week they'll do really good, the other week they'll do terrible.
Yeah.
I think Ruby's team is a lot more like the Shield.
Yes.
They're very much
a
serious.
unit and
A unit.
dominate.
They'll kick your ass.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking awesome. And fucking what that southern chick can do with those steps.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So we got those, right? And yeah, pretty cool. And again, with the people coming in. Now, it's not just like WWE wrestlers coming back. You have debuts.
Yes.
Nothing is more over than going to NXT.
Yeah.
Because you have, and I like to say it's a Ring of Honor invasion, but it's not.
No.
Because you have Tommaso Ciampa was there for a while, and then you had Nigel McGuinness, who debuted
Right.
in the United Kingdom Championship tournament, and that was
commentary for that.
that was another thing that happened. But give it up to the British wrestlers; they know their fucking shit. Holy, you know what? You gotta watch Pete Dunne go at it. He is one of the best wrestlers today.
Oh yeah, him and Tyler Bate.
Oh yes,
Damn good stuff.
very good. I was very impressed. So I mean, you get that, and then you have the debut of Adam Cole, baby, and fucking yes,
I can't do that.
Adam Cole, baby, and Red Dragon, or as they're just called, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. With the stupidest name ever, the Undisputed Era. But I figured they were going to do something like that with him. Samoa Joe, obviously, well, he came back last year. Shinsuke Nakamura, who obviously was in NXT, joined SmackDown. Bobby Roode,
Yeah.
fucking Bobby Roode, man, that was awesome for him to like fucking come in. So then of course Drew Galloway or Drew McIntyre came back to the WWE NXT. Well, he was there, you know. He became NXT champion, and unfortunately he's injured right now.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking sad. Got a lot of good pay-per-views as well for NXT.
Yeah.
I mean, War Games was really fucking awesome, and I know that maybe I was a little disappointed because they didn't have a roof, but I don't know why, because they usually modify stuff nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't. WWE changed some things about the War Games match, like having, you know, the other two members of teams in individual cages and not having a roof on the big cage that was over top of both rings. Although my thoughts on it were, if you go back and look at previous War Games matches, with it, without the roof being on the cage, I believe it gave the wrestlers a little more mobility, so to speak.
True. Yeah, that is true. And it was a hell of a show. I mean, Adam Cole won, and, you know, oh yeah, you know what? Sanity. Eric Young. I mean, Eric Young was in NXT for a short time before going back to Impact.
Yeah.
But he's back, and he's with Sanity, which is one of my favorite fucking stables.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a lot of great teams there. You got the Undisputed Era. You have Sanity. You've got fucking Authors of Pain.
Yeah.
You've got, you know, it's so fucking exciting. You know, if you're not a fan of on SmackDown, you have to be a fan of NXT.
Yeah.
So, yes. So, anything else you want to say? Or?
Well, let's go back to other returns. We talked about, of course, Goldberg. Talked, of course, about Kurt Angle. There, of course, the Hardys. But there's also Mickey James.
Oh, yeah.
There was...
Well, DIY came back. No.
Well, there was Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, Shelton Benjamin, of course.
Yeah.
I know we're missing a few.
Oh, yeah, we're missing some. Probably think of it at some point or something. Whatever.
You know, you also got Roderick Strong, too. That was,
Yes.
a guy who came to NXT. So, like I said, pretty cool just to see these guys come from Ring of Honor over to NXT. It makes me so much happy. But, we'll see how it goes this next year.
Even, you've got Impact kind of going over what they through the year of 2017, showing matches throughout the year, and you have majority of them were from Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
They showed the X Division Championship match from India with Loki and
Andrew Everett. Well, subject that Loki, I thought it was Trevor.
oh no, I'm just talking about the match from India.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not that 6-way thing.
Oh yeah, with the bloody eye.
Yeah.
No,
And but they also showed the unification match between Rosemary and Sienna.
Yes.
And the 5150 street fight between LAX and Ohio versus Everything, where they debuted Sammy Callahan, and the tag team match between Big Papa Pump and Josh Matthews against Jerry Borash and Joseph Park and
Joseph Park and Josh Matthews with their fat asses. Yeah, that was a good match.
Yeah.
I think that there was a lot of great returns as well. I mean, you have the Hardys go back to WWE, but you also have, Gail Kim retiring. You had for a while. Oh, I can't remember her name from Dollhouse. She was there.
Oh, Rebel?
No, she was a model. I can't remember her name.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You have, for a while, ODB came back.
Yeah.
It was awesome, man. And this, of course, you talk about Bound for Glory there. Rosemary versus Sienna.
Yeah.
That was basically the death of TNA. It was bought out by Global Force. Jim Cornette came back. You had, of course, when we started doing this, we had, an episode with Bruce Pritchard, and he came out and he introduced a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you had Jody Dutch Mantel.
Yep.
You've got Alberto El Patron. And, of course, people from AAA, we gotta say, Hector Garza Jr., La Mascaras,
Laredo King,
Damon 666. Holy shit. And then, of course,
Hale de Fantasma, Tejano Jr., and of course, Johnny Mundo.
Yeah, the return of North America to Johnny Mundo, and of course, the debut of Taya. Now, I used to watch Taya on AAA, and I thought, it was cool to see a Canadian in Mexico.
Yes.
But also, it was it would have been really cool just to see her in WWE or at least Impact. So she made her debut on Impact. Now I don't know if she's injured or well, she had a family emergency, so I'm not sure how long she'll be out for.
Yeah, who knows how long she'll be out for when she's gonna come back.
But as much as I don't like Johnny Mundo, you have, the big brawl backstage with Alberto El Patron. You have Eli Drake, who won the fucking
Battle Royal when
yeah.
they stripped Patron of the title and have him against Johnny.
Yes. Of course, you got, you talk about people who could fuck up your career. Poor Aaron Rex.
Yeah, fuck.
Here's a guy who was Damien Sandow for years, didn't get a big break, never got a break. The only break he had was with the fucking Miz.
Which was friggin' awesome.
Well, depending on how you look at it. The guy had to hold fucking foam titles while the Miz held 2 real belts. How fucking lame was that? And
but okay, yeah, you got that, whatever. But the whole thing with whatever Miz did in the ring, he would imitate and mirror, and the mannerisms and all that. That was entertaining.
Well, he took chicken and he made chicken salad.
Chicken salad and a chicken salad.
Exactly. So he was good for that, but he left on his own accord. He came to TNA. He did really well. He became the.
He started out very well.
Yeah, he became the Grand Slam champion.
Grand champion, yeah.
Yes. And
then he lost that.
And then he lost it. Then for some.
He lost the title, and then he lost his fucking mind.
I know, for some reason.
They made him freely foo-foo and.
Yeah, Gorgeous George type guy.
Yeah.
Having him come out with Rockstar Spud. Oh yeah, that was interesting. I'm not sure why that didn't go anywhere. Rockstar Spud versus Hornswoggle. Well, Swoggle.
Yeah.
So I guess he got dumped by WWE, came to TNA. Had a feud in India for a while. And they had the lame vignettes with So
once Aaron Rex left Impact, it was kind of like, what the fuck do we do with Rockstar Spud? Well, here, we'll put him out as the ring announcer for Impact for a little bit, and then they put him in a wrestling role again, and then that's where the whole thing with him and Swoggle went down.
Yeah.
Hornswoggle, McMahon. Just kidding.
Yeah. So, Impact got to go everywhere this year, man.
Oh, yeah.
They went to Mexico. They went to Japan. They went to India.
They were in Canada for Bound for Glory.
Canada, yes. Ottawa, which I believe are based on now.
Yes.
So that's fucking
Although
cool.
I think in January, sometime, the middle of January, I think it is, or whatever, they're going to go back to Universal Studios and do some shows from there.
But talk about Braun Strowman being the Wrestler of the Year at WWE. And I know that he's no longer in Impact, he's in Ring of Honor. Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Cody Rhodes. Like last year, he went from WWE, going to Ring of Honor, going to TNA, going to Japan. He went back to TNA for a bit, and now he's in Ring of Honor. So that's pretty cool. Evan Bourne,
Matt Sydal.
Matt Sydal, same thing. Made his debut on Impact, but still wrestles in Ring of Honor, which really is an insult to me that they call John Cena a free agent when he's only been in WWE, okay? The guy fucking didn't go anywhere else, and you're calling him a free agent. To me, that's bullshit. I'm sorry, but that's just the way I feel. You're insulting AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes and all those guys that did it.
Yeah.
You know, but whatever. You know, but yeah, Ring of Honor was a fairly good program as well. This year, I think that you have the return of the tag team of Kazarian and Christopher Daniels, which I think is awesome. They were very good in TNA.
Yeah.
These guys, you know, it was actually Kazarian's first time in Ring of Honor.
Yes.
So that was cool. I don't like the gimmick of them stopping matches, but...
Yeah, that's kind of dumb, but... It is what it is.
You know, Bully Ray coming to Ring of Honor.
That was something.
That was pretty fucking cool. You know, having him team with fucking Briscoes, you know. And I like the Briscoes. They eventually turned heel, but...
Yeah.
Well, neither here than there. You had a feud that was pretty interesting. It kind of came out of nowhere. The return of Colt Cabana.
Yes.
So it was Colt Cabana teaming with Dalton Castle.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, the one match they had where they lost, and that's when Cabana turned heel. And I knew before the match that I smelled a heel turn. I don't know what it was, but I smelled a heel turn. And then, you know, when it happened, I thought, okay, so why, well, first of all, why is Colt Cabana turning heel? And how well will this work? I don't know. But it worked out pretty well. They had a match, they shook hands, whatever.
And then Colt Cabana
It's
went
not
off in his
announced
sunset.
Yeah, he's on the announced team.
Yes.
But, yeah, pretty cool.
One of the biggest things they've been Kenny Omega and what they're calling the Alpha, Chris Jericho.
Yes. Chris Jericho surprised us all, went to Japan, and beat the whole shit out of Kenny Omega. So he beats the shit out of Kenny Omega. Omega beats the shit out of Chris Jericho at a press conference. It was pretty fucking intense, and that's how I like it. So I can't wait for Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
I mean, this year, holy shit, was it ever awesome. You know, right? I mean, New Japan's always been that one company, and it's like the British wrestling. It's very much strong style, hard hitting, no bullshit. It's fucking awesome, and I think that's where Ring of Honor adapts a lot of its stuff too, because they have like the floaties going into the ring, and you know the 30 count when they're outside and whatever. But yeah, you know, going into Ring of Honor with all the stuff that happened, and it was pretty cool. Kenny King and Caprice Coleman, one of the oddest people I've ever met. Chip and they had a match, and it was pretty cool. Like I don't know if like Caprice was injured and he couldn't wrestle for a bit. I don't know. I just didn't see him wrestle a lot this year. So that was pretty cool to see that match. Jay Lethal, of course, you know, did a lot of cool stuff as well. Yeah. Yeah, it was very interesting, you know. Of course, we have to talk about the debut of the independent Canadian promotion, Smash Wrestling.
Yeah, a couple months ago, earlier this month, or no, it was last month. Anyway, Matt and I had the privilege of going to see Smash live here in Peterborough. Just a few blocks.
Yeah.
Kind of a few blocks from here at the venue. A lot of fun. Good show. It seemed to go fairly quick.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah.
Like, you're there, you're sitting there, you're enjoying it, and then bam, it's over.
Yeah.
But really good show.
It was.
Lots of fun. Of course, Matt got some good pictures.
Yeah.
Put it on
You
Facebook.
can see my video,
Yeah.
my slide video.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's very cool. My older brother introduced me to it. And, you know, he watches a lot of that stuff on the internet. I should, but I don't. I know, like, Evolve and all those other promotions are awesome, but I just don't know where to find the footage. And
Yeah.
I get pretty, you know, distracted easily, so. Anyway, so he gave me the website. Last year, we went to Oshawa, Ontario, for your people that don't know where that is. And it was awesome, man. And so when it came here this year, I had to go. So Kyle and I went, and it was a blast. You know, and they will be back, I'm sure.
Most likely.
It was a really good turnout this
Yeah.
year. And, you know, we got to see, and I got the Canadian Destroyer. Fucking, you know, Petey Williams.
Yes.
You know, and his triumphant return to the ring of Impact. So, and that was actually what's pretty cool as well, is you have Sanjay Dutt and Petey Williams and back in Ring of Honor, which I think is awesome. But, you know, you can also get Allie and Rosemary. Rosemary, who, you know, they both are also in Smash every once in a blue moon. They have wrestled for Smash. So, I mean, it was a good show. You know, we had a great time. And, so that was, this year in professional wrestling. A lot of great moments, a lot of not so good moments. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Great year. Really good year for wrestling in 2017. Here's looking forward to 2018. We're getting on to just over 2 hours before we ring in the new year. So, looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in the new year.
Yeah.
If you're gonna enjoy yourself responsibly. Don't drink and drive, and handle yourself in a mature way.
Have a great time.
Have fun.
Don't do nothing stupid. Just, yeah, have a safe New Year's. And look forward to next year. It should be good, you know. A lot of people didn't have a good 2017. And that's very, you know,
Rather
sad.
unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. So, we won't get out of here. We'll obviously be back in a moment, but before we go, let's take a look back at all the people, celebrities, musicians, everybody that we lost this year. And we'll see you in a bit. Well, there it is.
2018.
2018.
Happy to 2017 and here's to a good 2018.
Remember, this is going to be a great year. Remember, it's going to be a good Royal Rumble. And next week, we will talk about Royal Rumble 2004. So for Killer Kyle, and I mean Matt, Happy New Year, and
we'll see you next week.
see you next week.